Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Good morning, loved ones, and Happy New Year. I have not been face to face with y'all, but to be honest with y'all, I'm coming off of my long stretch of 2 weeks celebrating. So I'm just now, like, as of yesterday, jumping into my new year and, like, getting things together and doing things and, like, going back to the gym. Y'all see how round my face is? I've been eating good. I've been living life good. Like, I'm not even mad. But yeah, I just came on here. Well, I'm on my way to the gym. I turned this into a gym shirt because I don't wear deadbeat dads as fashion. I don't rock with deadbeat dads. I don't rock with deadbeat moms, grandparents, uncle, aunties, none of them. None of them. I don't rock with none of them. So I'm going to sweat him out. No longer fashion. No longer fashion. Huh?
You gonna what?
Sweat him out.
You gotta use.
Dear Diary, it's actually perfect to be starting off on a great Leila highlight because much of the beginning of this week was catered towards enhancing Leila's quality of life. I have been receiving almost daily phone calls from Leila complaining of a stomach ache and a migraine at school. When I looked it up, much of what I found was attributing it to stress, anxiety, and even eye strain. I must admit, for a 10-year-old, Layla's schedule is a little crazy, and it does not prioritize rest and relaxation. I also think because she is seemingly happy, we began to overlook how full her schedule was becoming. I couldn't have my girl just struggling, so in addition to booking an eye appointment to update her prescription, I researched some ways to alleviate some of her stress and anxiety. When she got in from school, I took her for a ride to Whole Foods to pick out some healthy snacks and to chat. We had to have some tough conversations in the car about prioritizing goals and how much time and energy these goals really take. I think that it was the first time she realized that she may not be able to do everything at once, and she was a little sad about that. So fast forward to the next morning where we received an email from Layla's counselor stating that Layla requested to speak to her. She shared with her that she was a little sad about not being able to do all of the activities she wants. Now, we are very involved parents, and we pride ourselves on building a safe home and spaces for her to express herself and work through problems. So naturally, we are distraught at the idea that we have a child that needs to go to see a counselor on us. At least that's how it felt in the moment. But at the same time, I had a feeling that our baby didn't just go to the counselor on us. It had to be more to the story. I did later find out that she requested to talk to her earlier in the week about something unrelated. And once they finally talked, she also brought up the concern about doing multiple things at one time. To push progress forward, we lightened up her schedule to alleviate stress. In addition to this, once basketball season is over in February, we will add in more activities that she enjoys. Child, we were in a spiral as parents. We thought we had failed, but after conversations with the counselor and Layla, we concluded that we were super blessed, that she felt safe enough to share with somebody outside of our home, as well as has safe spaces in our home. Dear Diary, that evening Maurice had practice and I cooked a meal for when he got home. I've been mastering these one-pot situations, girl. I've been infusing so much flavor. I mean, they are basic pasta dishes, but they have been delicious. This one, I added the pasta into the dish at the last minute, so I didn't have all of the ingredients to naturally make it super creamy. So I had to use things like egg yolk and a tiny bit of Parmesan that I had left to turn this into something. One thing I've gotten back to lately is searing my salmon in a pan instead of oven baking it. And I stopped doing that at one point because I just wanted my time back. I wanted to just throw the salmon in the oven, do other things I need to do, and then come back to it. But it has really been missing that flavor and texture from the pan, so I got back to that lately. But let me double back for a second because the flavor is always going to be there. But since I did not have bacon and I wanted to make this a carbonara-like dish, I needed that salmon to hit the pan to add some flavor as a base. Dear Diary, Creating intimate moments does not take much. Whether we were going to have this moment over a home cooked meal or takeout, we were going to have this moment in love. That is a big secret to our love, and honestly, a huge secret to our lives. We make small moments that could feel insignificant major experiences for us. We know how to be in each other's space while not overtaking it, while simultaneously being in each other's skin. Like, it's literally the best. Our schedules have been kind of crazy lately, and we haven't had many opportunities to make moments like this. Times like this make me miss our winter holiday, when we were laid up for days, eating good food, watching good TV, and enjoying each other's time. That's really the dream, to work towards freeing up more time to just be. Our next official and planned time to do that will be over the Valentine's Day holiday, and that just seems like a really far time away.
So you spoke to Josh. What did he say?
So he's Italian as well. He said that only a policeman could arrange special
Dear
treatment.
Diary, my weekends are starting to feel like one long basketball game, and I mean that in the best way. Maurice put the girls' littles group and the boys' mids group in a tournament this weekend. I was so proud of the girls because they played up against older middle schoolers and high schoolers and held their own. Leila played so well that we had to take her to Nifty 50s, like literally had to. She is such a beast. Some of the high school girls were coming up to her and asking her how old she is and telling her how good she is to be 10. The talent is undeniable, which makes it confusing as to why her school coaches are choosing to be the villains in this great story. Dear Diary, where the hell is January rushing to? I know they say that time flies when you are having fun, but time really skates when you aren't taking life too seriously. And I'm gonna be too honest with you. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me today or right now. Like, I'm a genuinely happy person. And if I was to give you one complaint, it may be that I'm not taking working towards my really big goals as seriously as I would like. Or is that a societal pressure? I do know that I'm doing a lot of spare of the moment type things. I'm not doing a lot of things that require a lot of prior thought, and I think that is where the concern comes in. Because if I'm being honest, these big goals will take hours, days, and years of prior thoughts, and I'm afraid that I haven't trained my mind to get to thinking productively. To combat this, I'm writing more, keeping my calendar, and becoming a strategist. I kind of needed to sound dramatic for me to find a love for doing it, to be honest. I know that becoming more organized and just overall better at life will also help me to help my child. Although I feel like I was able to grow and learn with her, with me during my wandering 20s, I want to dedicate my 30s to still figuring shit out, but also being a great example to Leila. And I'm not saying I'm not, but I want to exhibit the things that I want her to, do. Like if I'm preaching about keeping a good schedule and staying organized, I better be doing that stuff myself. I'm never going to claim perfect, but I'm going to always try my best. Diary. As I move into my next week, I am preparing my heart for new experiences, particularly when it comes to getting my life together. One thing I hold true to is I don't want to just talk about it. I want to be about it. More intimate experiences next week. I want to be in more spaces of love, but most importantly, I want progress. Other prayer for this week is to keep away the demon of inconsistency. It has robbed me of so much. Dear Diary, if I could leave you with one thing, it would be this. Each week you are going to experience a newer me, a better me, a more beautifully curated me. I'm excited. Are you?